Take a moment and ask yourself one question. Where do you want to be 1 year from now? Do you want to speak English confidently? Do you want a better job? Do you want to travel around the world? Do you want to pass the GILETS exam? Or maybe you simply want to become a better version of yourself. Now ask yourself another question. What are you doing today to make those dreams come true? Many people have big dreams. They dream about becoming successful. They dream about speaking English fluently. They dream about earning more money. They dream about living a happier life, but unfortunately, dreaming is not enough. Every day. Millions of people wake up with good intentions. They say, "I'll start tomorrow. Next Monday will be different. I'll begin when I have more time. I'll start when I feel ready." But tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next month. Next week becomes next month becomes next year, and before they realize it, 5 years have passed. Nothing has changed. The truth is that life doesn't wait for anyone. Time keeps moving, whether you're ready or not. Every minute that passes is a minute you'll never get back. Think about yesterday. Can you go back and change it? Of course not. Can you buy 1 more hour with money? No. Can successful people buy extra time? No. A billionaire has 24 hours in a day. A student has 24 hours. A teacher has 24 hours. You have exactly the same amount of time as everyone else. The difference is not time. The difference is how you use it. Today, I want to share some ideas that may completely change the way you think about your life, your future, and your English learning journey. So stay with me until the end of this podcast because the final lesson might be exactly what you need to hear today. Let's begin. Why time is your most valuable asset. Before we continue, I want you to imagine something. Imagine that every single morning, someone deposits $86,400 into your bank account. Sounds amazing, doesn't it? But there is one condition at the end of the day. Whatever money you don't use disappears forever. You cannot save it, you cannot transfer it, you cannot get it back. What would you do? Most people would use every single dollar wisely. Now, here's the interesting part. Every day, life gives you something even more valuable than money. It gives you 86,400 seconds. Every morning you receive exactly the same amount, whether you are rich or poor, whether you are young or old, whether you live in New York, London, Tokyo, or Samarkand. Everyone receives exactly 86,400 seconds every day. The question is not whether you have enough time. The real question is, how are you spending it? Think about your day yesterday. How much time did you spend learning something new? How much time did you spend exercising? How much time did you spend reading a book? How much time did you spend talking to your family? Now ask yourself another question. How much time did you spend scrolling through social media without thinking? How much time did you spend watching videos that you don't even remember today? How much time did you spend worrying about problems instead of solving them? Sometimes we say, "I don't have enough time to learn English." But then we spend 2 hours watching short videos. We say, "I wish I could change my life." But we don't change our daily habits. The truth is simple. Your future is built by what you do every single day, not once a year, not once a month. Every day, many people believe that successful people have more opportunities. Sometimes that's true, but more often, successful people simply protect their time. They know that every yes to something unimportant is a no to something important. Every hour you spend on meaningless activities is an hour you cannot spend building your future. Imagine 2 friends. They are both 25 years old. They both have the same education, the same city, the same opportunities. The first friend spends 1 hour every day learning English. Just 1 hour. Reading, listening, practicing, making mistakes, improving little by little. The second friend says, "I'll start next month." Instead, that hour disappears into social media, random videos, and endless scrolling. 1 year later, the difference is huge. The first friend can have conversations in English. Maybe they pass the DILTS exam. Maybe they get a better job. Maybe they travel abroad with confidence. The second friend is still saying, "I'll start soon." Can you see the difference? It wasn't talent. It wasn't intelligence. It wasn't luck. It was daily choices. Life is not changed by one big decision. It is changed by thousands of small decisions that seem unimportant at the time. Reading 10 pages, learning 10 new words, going for a 20-minute walk, turning off your phone for 1 hour, practicing English instead of making excuses. These small actions may not change your life today, but if you repeat them for 6 months, for 1 year, or for 5 years, you will become a completely different person. Remember this, time is like water flowing through your hands. No matter how tightly you try to hold it, it keeps moving. The only thing you can control is how you use the time you have today. Because today is the only day you can truly change. The 5 biggest ways people waste their lives. Now that we understand why time is our most valuable resource, let's talk about something that almost everyone does. Most people don't intentionally waste their lives. They don't wake up in the morning and say, "Today I'm going to waste my time." No, it happens little by little. One bad habit, one excuse, one distraction, then another, and before they know it, months and years have passed. Today, let's look at the 5 biggest ways people waste their lives and how you can avoid them. Number 1, waiting for the perfect time. This is probably the biggest mistake of all. People wait. They wait until Monday. They wait until next month. They wait until New Year. They wait until they have more money. They wait until they feel confident. But let me ask you something. Another reason to delay if you want to speak English fluently. Don't wait. Start today if you want to lose weight. Don't wait. Take a walk today if you want to build a business. Don't wait. Learn one new skill today. Success doesn't begin when everything is perfect. Success begins when you decide to start despite imperfection. Remember, action creates confidence. Waiting creates fear. The more you wait, the more difficult the first step becomes. Number 2, living on social media. Social media is not the enemy. It can teach us ... It can inspire us. It can connect us with people around the world. But if you spend hours scrolling without learning anything, then social media is controlling your life instead of helping it. Think honestly, have you ever opened Instagram for 5 minutes and suddenly 1 hour disappeared? Have you ever watched video after video without even remembering what you watched? Many people spend 3 or 4 hours every day on their phones. Now imagine using just one of those hours to improve yourself in 1 year. That's more than 365 hours of learning. You could improve your English, read several books, learn a new skill, or even start your own business. Every minute has value. Spend it carefully. Number 3, being afraid of failure. Many people never chase their dreams because they're afraid. They ask themselves, "What if I fail?" But they rarely ask, "What if I succeed?" Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of success. Every successful person has failed many times. They made mistakes. They felt embarrassed. They wanted to quit, but they kept going. Think about learning English. Did you speak perfectly on your first day? Of course not. Did you know every grammar rule? No, you learned little by little. Life works exactly the same way. Don't let fear stop you from becoming the person you want to be. Number 4, comparing yourself with others. This habit steals happiness. Today, we constantly compare ourselves. Someone has a better job. Someone earns more money. Someone travels more. Someone speaks English better. But remember this, you are only seeing the highlights of their life. You don't see their struggles, their failures, their sleepless nights, their sacrifices, instead of comparing yourself with someone else. Compare yourself with who you were yesterday. Ask yourself, am I improving? If the answer is yes, then you're moving in the right direction. Progress is more important than perfection. Number 5, living without a purpose. Many people wake up every morning without a plan. They simply react to whatever happens. They don't know where they're going. Imagine getting into a taxi and telling the driver, "Just drive anywhere." Would you ever reach your dream destination? Probably not. Life is exactly the same. Without goals, distractions become your destination. That's why successful people write down their goals. They know what they want, they know why they're working hard, and they remind themselves of that purpose every single day. So today I want to ask you one final question before we continue. What is your purpose? Why are you learning English? Why do you want a better future? Why do you want to improve your life? When your reason is strong enough, your excuses become weaker, and that's the moment your life begins to change. What successful people do differently? Now that we've talked about the habits that waste our time, let's focus on something much more important. What do successful people do differently? Have you ever wondered why some people achieve incredible success while others stay in the same place year after year? Is it because they're smarter? Not always. Is it because they're luckier? Sometimes luck helps, but luck alone cannot build a successful life. The biggest difference is found in their daily habits. Success is rarely the result of one extraordinary moment instead. It's usually the result of ordinary actions repeated consistently over a long period of time. Let's explore 5 habits that many successful people have in common. Habit number 1. They start before they feel ready. Most people believe they need confidence before they begin. Successful people know the opposite is true. Confidence comes after taking action. Think about riding a bicycle. Did you feel confident before your first ride? Probably not. You were nervous. You might have fallen down, but every time you tried again, your confidence grew. Learning English works the same way. Many students say, "I'll speak English when my grammar is perfect." But grammar becomes better only when you speak. You don't become confident first. You become confident because you practice, so stop waiting until you feel ready. Start now, even if your English isn't perfect. Even if you make mistakes, every mistake is proof that you're learning. Habit number 2. They protect their time. Successful people understand that time is limited. That's why they don't say yes to everything. They know every decision has a cost. If they spend 2 hours doing something meaningless, those are 2 hours they cannot spend improving themselves. Ask yourself, what deserves my attention today? Not everything is urgent. Not every notification needs an answer. Not every invitation needs to be accepted. Sometimes protecting your future means saying no to distractions. Imagine your attention is like money. Would you spend all your money on things you don't need? Of course not. Then don't spend all your attention on things that don't matter. Protect your focus. Your future depends on it. Habit number 3. They never stop learning. One thing that separates successful people from everyone else is their love of learning. They read books, they listen to podcasts, they take courses, they ask questions, they stay curious. The world is changing every day. New technology appears, new opportunities appear, new skills become valuable. If you stop learning, you stop growing. For example, imagine you learn just 5 new English words every day. 5 words may not seem like much, but after 1 year, you've learned more than 1,800 new words. Imagine how much more confidently you'll speak. Small lessons create big results. Knowledge is one investment that no one can ever take away from you. Habit number 4. They stay consistent. This habit is probably the most powerful of all. People often believe they need motivation every day. The truth is, motivation comes and goes. Some mornings you'll feel excited, other mornings you won't. Successful people don't rely on motivation, they rely on discipline. They keep going even when they don't feel like it. Imagine planting a tree. You water it today. Tomorrow, nothing changes. Next week, nothing changes. Would you stop watering it? Of course not. You understand that growth happens slowly. Your goals work exactly the same way. Every page you read, every English lesson you watch, every workout you complete, every healthy meal you eat. These small actions are watering the tree of your future. One day, you'll look back and realize how much you've grown. Habit number 5, they take responsibility. This may be the hardest habit to accept. Successful people don't blame the weather. They don't blame their parents. They don't blame their teachers. They don't blame their past. Instead, they ask one powerful question: what can I do today? Because while we cannot control everything that happens to us, we can always control how we respond. Life isn't always fair. Everyone faces difficulties. Everyone experiences disappointment. Everyone has moments when they want to give up, but your future is not determined by your problems. It is determined by your decisions. Every morning, you have a choice. You can spend another day making excuses, or you can spend another day making progress. Even if the progress is small, even if no one notices, keep moving forward. Because every step you take today is bringing you closer to the life you want. So remember these 5 habits. Start before you're ready, protect your time, never stop learning. Stay consistent. Take responsibility for your life. These habits may seem simple, but if you practice them every day, they have the power to completely transform your future. A story that will change the way you think about time. Before we finish today's podcast, I want to tell you a story. It isn't just a story about success, it's a story about time. And I hope you'll remember it long after this video ends. There was a young man named Daniel. When he was 20 years old, he had big dreams. He wanted to become fluent in English. He wanted to travel the world. He wanted to build a successful business. He wanted to make his parents proud every January. He wrote the same goals in a notebook. This will be my year. But every year looked almost exactly the same. He woke up late. He spent hours on social media. He watched videos. He played games. He always said, "I'll start tomorrow." Tomorrow became next week. Next week became next month. Then another year passed. When Daniel turned 25, he looked at his old notebook. He smiled sadly. The same goals were still there. Nothing had changed. He realized something painful. He wasn't failing because he wasn't intelligent. He wasn't failing because he wasn't talented. He was failing because he kept postponing his life. That day, he made one simple decision, not a huge decision, not a dramatic one. He decided to become just 1% better every day. He started waking up 30 minutes earlier. He read 10 pages of a book every morning. He learned 10 English words every day. He listened to English podcasts while walking. He stopped spending hours scrolling through social media. Instead of saying, "I don't have time," he started saying, "This is my priority." At first, nothing seemed different. After 1 week, his life looked almost the same. After 1 month, the changes were still small. Sometimes he even felt discouraged. He thought, maybe this isn't working. But he remembered something important. Real growth is often invisible in the beginning. Think about planting a seed. When you place a seed in the ground, you don't see a tree the next morning. For days, nothing seems to happen, but underneath the soil, the roots are growing. The same thing happens when you improve yourself. People may not notice your progress immediately. Even you may not notice it, but every good habit is growing strong roots. 6 months later, Daniel noticed something amazing. He could understand English videos much more easily. He wasn't afraid to speak anymore. His confidence had grown. He felt healthier. He felt happier. Most importantly, he finally trusted himself. 1 year later, his friends asked him, "How did you change your life so quickly?" Daniel smiled. He said, "It wasn't quick. I simply stopped wasting my days." That answer surprised them, because from the outside, success often looks sudden. People see the result. They don't see the early mornings. They don't see the mistakes. They don't see the lonely hours of studying. They don't see the days when you wanted to quit but kept going anyway. Every successful person has those invisible days. The difference is that they keep moving forward, even when nobody is watching. Now, I'd like to ask you something. Imagine yourself 1 year from today. What kind of person do you want to become? Do you want to be healthier? Do you want to speak English confidently? Do you want a better career? Do you want more peace in your life? Now imagine meeting your future self. What do you think they would say to you? Maybe they would say, "Thank you for not giving up. Thank you for believing in yourself. Thank you for using your time wisely." Or maybe they would ask one heartbreaking question. "Why did you wait so long to start?" Don't let that question become your regret. The best time to change your life was yesterday. The second best time is today. Because every great journey begins with one small decision. One page, one lesson, one workout, one conversation, one brave step. And that one step can completely change the direction of your life. Your 7-day challenge and powerful ending. Now we've reached the final part of today's podcast. We've talked about time. We've talked about habits. We've talked about success. But none of these ideas will change your life unless you do one thing. Take action. Knowledge is powerful, but only when you use it. You can listen to hundreds of motivational podcasts. You can read dozens of self-improvement books. You can watch English lessons every day. But if you never practice, your life will stay exactly the same. So today, I want to invite you to join a simple challenge. It's called the 7-Day Don't Waste Your Life Challenge. It isn't difficult. Anyone can do it. The goal isn't to become perfect. The goal is to become a little better every day. Day 1. Wake up 30 minutes earlier than usual. Don't check your phone immediately. Instead, drink a glass of water. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, what is one important thing I want to achieve today? Starting your morning with intention changes the rest of your day. Day 2, learn 10 new English words. Don't just memorize them, write them down, read them aloud. Create your own sentences. When you use new vocabulary in real situations, you remember it much better. Day 3, read for 20 minutes. Choose a book, an article, or even an English story. Reading improves your vocabulary, grammar, and thinking skills. Successful people never stop learning. Day 4. Exercise for at least 20 minutes. Walk. Run. Stretch. Go to the gym. It doesn't matter what you do, just move your body. A healthy body helps create a healthy mind. Day 5. Replace one bad habit with one good habit. Maybe you usually spend an hour scrolling through social media. Instead, spend that hour learning English, listening to a podcast, writing a journal, or planning your future. Small changes create big results. Day 6. Help someone. Encourage a friend. Teach your child a new English word. Call your parents. Smile at a stranger. Kindness makes your life richer. Success isn't only about money. It's also about the positive impact you have on others. Day 7. Take 10 minutes to reflect. Ask yourself, what did I learn this week? What was my biggest achievement? What can I improve next week? Don't judge yourself. Celebrate your progress. Even if your progress seems small, it's still progress. Now, imagine doing these habits not for 7 days, but for 1 month, or 6 months, or 1 year. Can you imagine how different your life could become? You don't need to change everything overnight. You just need to improve a little every day. Remember this: your future is created by what you do repeatedly, not by what you do occasionally. Every small decision matters. Every page you read matters. Every English word you learn matters. Every minute you spend improving yourself matters. One day, you'll look back and realize that today's small actions built tomorrow's successful life. Before we finish, I have one question for you. What is one habit you're going to start today? Write your answer in the comments below. I read your comments, and I'd love to know your goal. If you enjoyed today's podcast, please support this channel. Click the like button. Subscribe to I Speak English. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss our next English podcast. And if this episode inspired you, share it with someone you care about. You never know, one video, one conversation, one message could completely change someone's life. Thank you so much for listening. Remember, don't waste your life, protect your time. Believe in yourself, keep learning, keep growing, and keep speaking English. I'll see you in the next episode. Take care and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.